What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Standing on Sports. We're doing the usual today, going over previous week college football, week 7. We're going to be talking about week 8, and then our ranking reactions. I just flipped the screen. This might have been the best. Okay, I feel like I keep saying this every single week, but this week was insane with games. Almost a huge upset, but great games
Dude,
overall. Let's just we can start with this game. Let's start with the noon game, South Carolina,
I was about to
Alabama.
say it is. Yeah.
Dude,
Okay. We're just such a. I hate it. Right. It,
or we
like
we can't
I
finish.
I I know we're not finishers. Um,
Hey yo. Anyways,
not like that. But no. See, so the thing is, right? If we had last, if we had Radler this year, it
would
would
be
be
insane.
great. And it's nothing against Sellers. I think it'll be great next year. But
No,
he's
it's
young.
everything against Sellers.
No,
this
it's
man's
not.
this man hates him.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
I mean,
He is
he'll be
young,
all
but
right.
he makes timely mistakes. Like in the big moments when he needs to not make mistakes, he will make mistakes. Which again,
Like
he's young. It makes sense. He hasn't been there, but that fumble right after your defense gets you the ball back just killed all the momentum, killed everything. Like there was just
mhm.
nothing that could be done there.
I mean, 2 costly fumbles. Did he have 2 interceptions? I know one.
One. I think it was just
One. Okay, then 2 costly fumbles, 1 costly interception. And the fumbles were bad. It was just what are you doing? Literally it wasn't hard hit necessarily that one on the snap. I don't know. I mean,
He didn't even get touched on the one
like
that
you
snap.
said,
It just fell out of his
I
hands.
yeah, exactly. I don't think he's the thing that's tough in the SEC is that you need to be
can't make
ready
mistakes.
as
Yeah,
you can't make mistakes and for those reasons I don't think that I don't know if he's an SEC quarterback right now or can
it's
be
his.
one.
I'm the biggest hater on this podcast, but this is his 5th career start.
Oh,
And
I'm
It's the
completely
same
with you,
thing we're
Sean.
seeing.
Sean, I'm completely with you.
he will be all right.
Okay, but in a time of college football where there's the transfer portal and all this and all that, and the defense is literally carrying us, and literally all he has to do is hold on to the ball, and he can't even do that. I mean, that's demoralizing. I'd want to enter the transfer portal if my quarterback was doing that when I'm saving his ass.
If you can't get behind your teammate, then you should enter the trend. He would
Well,
hit the
that's
pool.
that's what everybody does. Now, I hope they don't do that, but if they do it, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think we're literally a quarterback away and probably a wide receiver because actually, I don't know, Bennett Jr., Mazio Bennett Jr., I feel like he kind of emerged this game, played pretty well, but Sellers is he's selling us, and that is a pun intended completely. Actually, I guess no pun intended. How's that? I don't know. Anyways, but okay, going to the other side, Alabama though, Sean, your Heisman pick, I think, is out the. I think it's done now.
I think it
They
is. Yeah.
they do not look like
Coherent.
I mean, they
It's
beat Georgia and they fell off a cliff. I don't even know
Well,
what
ever
happened.
since that first half of Georgia, even the second half of the Georgia game, they've looked like a completely different team.
something. Yeah,
That's a good
and
point.
it's
Yeah.
just a lot of it isn't obviously the skill's still there. They went in the portal and got great players from Michigan, Georgia, Texas. So the
Mhm.
skills there, and I don't think DeBoer is a bad coach. I just think it's it's different. You're never gonna have a Nick Saban style Alabama ever again, and
Mhm.
there's growing pains. And now that we're in the SEC playing against good teams plus Vanderbilt, that's I guess good. I don't know what they are.
I don't
Um,
know.
like I think we're seeing a lot of it, and they play at Tennessee next week or this coming
Yeah.
up weekend. So I don't know. It's
Yeah.
concerning.
I mean, they're still a good team. I mean, you can't deny that they didn't move in the rankings, which I also thought was pretty surprising. But um, they're they gotta get their they gotta get everything together for in the future. I mean, they play Tennessee, they play LSU. I know they go on a 3-game ranked stretch. Let me actually pull up real quick. They go like a 3-game ranked stretch. It's like we were the easy game. Yeah, then they played Tennessee, Missouri, then LSU.
Missouri's
I mean, Missouri's not tough, but I mean, still, that's 3 better half SEC teams. Like technically, we're the worst. South Carolina's the worst team out of all those, and it came down to that. Also, that onside kick. Can I just say that was crazy? That was awesome.
That was a beautiful kick. Oh my god, that might be the best onside kick I've ever seen.
All right. Well, if we want someone to blame, I think not having a kicker. I think we could have
also to blame. No, I agree.
We could have beat LSU if we made the 35, 40-yard field goal. That one wasn't hard. This one, okay, you're playing out Alabama, but it's still a doable kick.
Yeah.
And
well,
I think
we've been we had Elliott Fry, Mitch Jeter, like we've had good kickers. So go to that. It sucks. But also, you said at Alabama. I will say, like, I feel like at Alabama isn't that intimidating, and like they don't really get.
Well, it's during the daytime. Like no one's.
Well, I know it's during the daytime, but I feel like in general, like no one talks about Bryant Denny Stadium as being like a tough place to play.
All right, so you want to. You're telling me that like if it was a nighttime game and you have I don't know LSU come in to play Alabama at 8:00, you're telling me there wouldn't be any like nerves?
Okay. I'm not going to tell you it's not going to be like tough or anything like that, but I feel like Alabama fans are so used to success that like unless like they're blowing people, I mean, there's no reason to cheer unless like good things are happening.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's how football works.
Versus like South Carolina, if we get a first down, I'm going wild because like that hardly happens. It feels like.
Okay, but and not knocking the school that we all go and went to, but like let's be honest, by the third quarter, half the people are gone.
All right, that's also a valid point. I don't know. I guess like watching the game, I was like, dang, there's like this place like has like nothing go. They'd show the fans like nothing's going on, even when they were doing well.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like daytime games just like take away from the whole. Like I feel like it would be a lot more difficult if we played at night. But we make games difficult just by showing up.
Yep.
Yeah, somehow we do.
I want to make one more note about this game, just because we talk about South Carolina's offense a lot. I want to talk about the defense. This defense showed like I don't know. They showed up. They got put in so many bad spots by the offense. Like not so many, but a couple of pretty bad spots by the offense. But throughout the game, the pass rush and the defensive line is ridiculous.
Kyle Kennard could be like if we were 5-1, could be up there for like the Heisman, like top 10.
Like possibly.
Dude, he's a senior, right? Like he's going to be like he's going to be a first round pick, right? He's got to be a first round pick.
He's probably second.
I mean, he wasn't really on the radar at all to start the season. So like,
yeah, but yeah, our whole defensive line, him, Dylan Stewart, Tonka Hemingway, Tonka. But even our secondary, I think just our pass rush, and everything makes our secondary better. Fortune, his interception in that game, that was an insane pick. Like that was like a wide receiver, that interception in the end zone.
Yep. There was that, and then just like I don't know. For me, like the big thing, we shut down Ryan Williams. Like
he really did.
He shut him down. I think it was 4 receptions for 32 yards. Like when I was expecting him to go for like 160.
What's crazy is we're saying like someone finally shut down a 17-year-old wide receiver.
No,
like it is
that's
wild.
Crazy how like that's
how good he is
this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we spent like 10 minutes on this game. I think we can. Any other last points, or I think we can move on.
I think we can move on.
Yeah. Okay. I do kind of want to backtrack to the Friday game that happened. I don't think any of us were talking about it, but it was a huge upset. Maybe not huge, but Arizona State taking down Utah.
Arizona State looks like the real deal.
Dude, 5-1, 2-1 in the Big 12. They do look legit. And Utah, I mean, you were right. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of look like phonies.
That's what happens when you play a freaking 7th-year quarterback. There's a reason you're there 7.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I saw Utah beat Arizona State like 55 to like 3 or 13 or something last year, and Arizona State, look at that. And their head coach is like speech afterwards, like that hyped me up. That made me want to like. It didn't make me want to go there because I don't want to go there, but like I could have run through a brick wall for that man. I didn't watch the game, so I don't really have much to say, but I just want to like highlight, shout out Arizona State. Y'all got anything?
Nothing crazy. I mean, just the fact that Utah are frauds. Big 12 is BYU's to lose now, probably.
Mhm.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Right now we're sitting on a BYU Iowa State Big 12 championship.
Dude, I know, like that, and like how
I
are they that high in the
might not
rankings?
watch the championship game. That's how bad that I don't.
No,
want to watch
I agree with that.
I forgot about Iowa State.
That's one thing I would love
Yeah.
maybe next week because it's like the midway through the week. We should revisit our college football playoff rankings.
Oh yeah.
Let's revisit it, and then maybe we should update our predictions as well.
I'll give everyone at home a brief look. I said Liberty would be the group of 5, Boise State a close second. I don't even know where Liberty is. I don't even know
Liberty was undefeated like last week.
Were they?
Yeah, they're. I mean, I don't know if they're still undefeated, but I mean, that's not a bad pick. But I think we all messed up the Florida State winning the ACC though. I think we all
that was bad.
Yeah, that was really bad. All right, let's go to the next game. 3:30 slate. Texas, Oklahoma, the Red River rivalry.
I don't think we need to spend too much time on this, but I do want to say I did write down potential dog of the week. Texas defense is like a legit thing. Their linebacker, Anthony Hill Jr. had 7 solo tackles, 2 sacks, and 3.5 tackles for loss. Against like Oklahoma, obviously their offense is abysmal right now, but it's still like this is a historic game, like no matter how bad you are, you usually show up for these games, and man, did they not show up, Oklahoma?
Yeah, I know they've now officially switched over to their freshman quarterback Michael Hawkins Jr.
I think they got to bench him.
Yeah, I mean, they'll go back to the QB, the original QB one, I guess.
At least he knows how to freaking move the football. At least
the Oklahoma game, I think South Carolina can win that game in 2 weeks from now.
I don't think there's.
Oh wait, that's this week.
Yeah.
Oh, we're predicting that game. Okay, well,
I don't think
we'll get there.
I don't think there's a way we lose.
Okay, don't go saying stuff like that. No, but I will. Texas came to the SEC, and I mean they're ruling it right now. I mean they're the number 1 team. Oklahoma's come to the SEC, and they're. I mean they just played Texas, but they're 1 and 2 in the SEC. I don't know. We'll see. What they're really made of.
My big comment on this game was the way that Quinn Ewers was able to recover, because he had a really slow start. He looked like he hadn't played football in 3 weeks, which he hadn't. And but he looked like it, but he was able to recover really well, and they were able to get this game going. But yeah, so it was just I like seeing that after a rusty start, he was able to bounce right back and just lead him to a rusty win.
Yeah, I agree. And they're Texas, like you said, Sean, with their defense, Quinn Ewers coming back, but even like their running game as well. I mean, they're just like such a well balanced team. I was wondering like after the rankings got released, like if Oregon would jump Texas for number 1, but I think rightfully they didn't, because Texas, even through the whole year, I feel like has been the best team. As we all know, Oregon started off kind of with a slow start, and I guess that's a good transition into the night game of Ohio State at Oregon.
So we're not going to go back to my rankings and talk about how I had Texas at number 1 and all you guys were hating on it, but it's beside me.
Because sorry,
my bad. I didn't want to bring that up.
Okay.
Oh, you were saying, David?
Like you wanted to bring that up. Don't say you didn't want to. But anyways, I think we can transition to Ohio State, Oregon. This game came out of the wire. I mean, I was expecting a close game, but I feel like a lot of times, like you expect, like I think sometimes like these top games, you can like there's a fraud that gets in there, but like these are definitely still 2 top 5 teams, which they still are. Okay, Sean, you don't have to raise your hand, dude. It's a podcast.
Oh, I just want to raise my hand because like I'm the winner. I'm the only one that picked Oregon, so I just wanted to
Okay,
bro. They should not.
Okay.
I don't know. This
They
was
should
not-
genuinely, this was a fantastic game. This was a
Ohio State
fantastic
couldn't
game.
have had that first touchdown. That was
The first half of this game was a Pac-12 game, and you can't convince me otherwise.
I didn't say it was like a defense.
No, well, I'm just going to go on other points because
I mean, to be fair, Oregon was just in the Pac-12.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And I think so. We discussed last week that Oregon needed to come into this game and prove they belong in the Big Ten, and they did. Completely and fully, Oregon showed it's like, hey, we're not a Pac-12 team. We're better than that. We're actually a Big Ten team. And so I think they fully showed.
I think they're the only team that switched to the Big Ten from the Pac-12 that is an actual Big Ten team.
I completely agree. They're
and I will say I'm not upset about the Oregon win, even though I picked Ohio State, because remember I still picked Dylan Gabriel to win Heisman.
Dude, I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, sorry, Dylan Gabriel's not winning the Heisman, buddy. Still not.
I don't know.
I'd say
I have a stat line written right here. Potential dog of the week. 341 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown against the Ohio State University.
There was no defense in this game. You can't tell me.
Sean, just for that, I think I am gonna make Dylan Gabriel.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, my Heisman pick.
Crying. Matt is crying.
Dude, I mean, Matt is crying in the club. I mean, who else is up there? I mean, Travis Hunter, Ashton Gianti, and then I think it's Dylan Gabriel, Cam Ward. I think those would be 4 finalists.
God, this is such a weak.
I mean, it's Ashton. I think it's Ashton Gianti by one.
I think Ashton Gianti.
I think
Gianti is
is it
Gianti?
And what do you also? I mean, there's so many haters about he's playing against no good teams. I mean, played against.
Tell
Oregon,
them to go average
same thing.
Carry against people who don't want you to run the ball.
He hit his stat line was at 184.5 rushing yards, and he hit it over.
That is wild.
That's ridiculous.
Also, that's a crazy way to put that. But also, what do you want him to do? For one, and two, in that case, it'd be impossible for anyone outside of the SEC or Big Ten to win the Heisman in general. So I think he's deserving. Also,
he's the best chance there will ever be for a group of 5.
And he's not even a quarterback, too. Which is wild.
The thing is, teams go into Boise State knowing what is going to happen to them. They know that Gianti is going to get the ball. They can load 8 in the box, 6, 7 in the box. They are still not going to pass. They are still going to run the ball, and he still averages 10+ yards a carry. There is no one in college football like him right now.
Yeah,
it is watching him is so explosive.
Do y'all think he's a top 10 pick?
It's funny.
I think he's a top. I think he's a top 3 player. I won't give you. I don't know.
I find it very hard to draft a running back with your top 10 spot.
That's a good point. And I wouldn't do it personally, but we've seen running backs go in the top before. Then again, they may have been playing better competition for one, but also, we're talking about Ashton Gianti as a Heisman favorite because they're also I feel like it's a weaker class overall. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does go top 10. I guess it depends who's up there. If the Panthers pick him, I'm bugging out though.
I'm really looking forward to when we make our first mock drafts.
Oh, I'm hyped.
Me too. When do we want to do? I guess we'll talk about that later. But
we could probably do it, or maybe next week we could revisit conference champions, give them up to date what we.
So kind of just do a revisiting episode instead of a review kind of thing. Yeah, we'll see.
And then what? Yeah. Maybe we can still talk about games, but just revisit it, and maybe the following week or the week after draw the first one.
Maybe we can do one per episode. Yeah, I agree with that. That's good. Those are 2 good topics.
I like power rankings at the NFL show. We'll do a mock draft per show.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
Bet.
Also, go ahead.
Okay, I was also gonna say I feel like we could honestly from here on out we could make our own Matt. Maybe you make your college football playoff bracket, and then we discuss it, and then the next week I do it, kind of thing every week as it changes, or every week, or do you think that we should just do it every once in a while?
I feel like it's just difficult to do it every week because there's not a terrible lot of change. Looking at the rankings right now, I don't see a lot of movement anytime soon.
Hey fans, let us know down below what you guys want. Sorry.
Yeah. If anyone's listening,
If anyone's
Would you-
listening right now, let us know. I'm
Please
not
let us know.
paying anymore,
DM
Like,
us,
just say-
text us.
just DM us that you're listening.
We'll be
Yeah.
so
Like,
happy.
I'm curious.
If anyone,
All right,
let
Sean-
us know.
Sean, what did you want to say? Were you going back to the game?
I want to go to the Penn State and USC game.
All right,
Oh,
let's see.
okay. Yes, I like this.
Penn State, I like despise. I just don't like.
They're
them.
trash.
But they came back, and you can't not give them like recognition, right? Like
They shouldn't be third overall.
Well, I meant when your tight end gets 17 receptions for
For
224
224 yards and one
You can't
touchdown.
say-
Well, what I will say, okay, y'all called me crazy for picking USC, but USC should have been a ranked team for this game. I don't know how they fell from 11 out the rankings. I mean, they lost to Minnesota by a touchdown. But-
That's Minnesota, North Carolina, Minnesota.
No one mentioned North Carolina. I mean, we can talk about North Carolina if you want,
No,
but I mean, I thought they're definitely not a great team, but I also I'm so confused. Like, is Lincoln Riley? Is Miller Moss just not the guy? Because I think Lincoln Riley's a good coach, but I think he's.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's a good coach.
I think he's a good offensive coach.
I don't think he's a good offensive coach either. But that's neither here nor there. I guess.
He literally last week in the NFL there was 5 starting quarterbacks from his teams.
Yeah, and do I think that he coached Caleb Williams well at all last season? No. I've already gone on this rant. I think Lincoln Riley called a trash offense last year. I think his offense is old, outdated.
Yeah, but when you play the Pac-12, you can call whatever you want. They're kind of
yeah. Sorry, like I've been on this rant. I won't go on this rant again. Like I think his offense is not good, but I don't know. Talking about quarterback play, Drew Aller is going to make some Penn State lose some games.
Oh no! Wait,
3 interceptions against a USC defense.
Win. I thought you said win. I was like,
No, I said lose.
I was
Like 3 interceptions against a USC, a Southern California defense. Like,
SoCal.
Like, what do you think he's going to do if he plays against this Oregon or Ohio State defense, or he goes up against one of the SEC teams? Like, he's going to throw 6 interceptions.
That's yeah.
So, and also, SoCal had 0 sacks. He wasn't even under pressure. He was just missing.
Their defenses is so freaking abysmal.
Like, okay. Oh yeah, that
I mean, always. I feel like Lincoln Riley is like anywhere he goes, there's going to be a bad defense. All right. There's still a few more games I want to talk about, and we're already at we're going through. So I don't think this is a game I was planning on talking about. But okay, what are y'all's thoughts? Is Georgia also since the Alabama game? Like, who they played close last week? I forget.
Oh my
Did they
gosh.
play someone pretty close?
Yeah.
Auburn. I guess it wasn't that close. It was 31-13. But Mississippi State's probably the worst. Yeah, Mississippi State's probably the worst team in the SEC.
And they were at home.
31-41. Yeah.
They're going to. I guess we'll hold off this conversation. But they play Texas this week, and I don't know.
I think I know. But dude, I mean Carson Beck though 459 passing yards, but I mean I feel like he's still like
that little goblin looking ass.
It's a good description, but I mean I don't know. They don't feel he doesn't. I don't know how like people have him as like a top 3 quarterback for the NFL. I feel like I've never seen him.
There's no quarterback right now that you can be like, wow, this guy's it.
I mean, I put Milroe, Shador, Quinn Ewers all ahead of him.
Cam Ward above him too.
Even
then, I don't know. I'm finding it hard to believe that this quarterback class is going to be successful. Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, it's great. There was literally 6 first-round quarterbacks that won the top 12 picks last year, and then I feel like college is kind of left with
nothing.
I can't even think of a really good young quarterback right now.
Raiola,
I feel like Dylan Raiola, he's still developing.
Well, even then, he's still making some
mistakes.
Bad decisions.
Him. I mean, honestly, the best quarterback is probably Dylan Gabriel, the Heisman.
Yeah, but he's like a 5th year.
Yeah, that is not a young quarterback. I don't know.
No, I'm playing.
And honestly, you may hate what I'm about to say, but K. Klubnik. Does
I
not
mean,
look bad.
against who though?
Okay, we're watching freaking Milrow play Vandy and look like dog crap, you know?
All
Bro,
right, yeah,
Vandy's
no,
good.
okay.
Okay, well, I want
You're not
to talk
wrong.
about Vandy getting scammed at
I
some
just
point.
try to trash Clemson anyway. Yes, well, I mean, we can go straight to Vandy now if you want.
No, not yet. Let's talk. I think we have one more
All right.
game to talk about, probably, or I guess two more games. Shoot. Dude, okay,
I have
let's
like
pick one.
3.
Kansas State. Oh, I have two. I have Ole Miss, LSU, and Kansas State, Colorado.
All right, let's go to
Let's
Ole
do
Miss
Ole
LSU.
Miss. I
This
didn't
was
watch the
also
Colorado
another
game.
great game. We all picked LSU. Fans picked Ole Miss. Haha, suck it. Garrett Nussmeier, dude, that's such a. I don't know how I feel about that guy.
That's a
I
hard
honestly don't
name.
like.
G. Nussy?
Yeah, no,
That's
I
a
don't
good
like him.
name.
I mean, like they're both the teams that beat us, South Carolina. I really didn't know who to root for. But yo, I will say, yo, Ole Miss is faking injuries like
No, it's
crazy.
ridiculous. It's
Actually wild now. And I don't know. I mean, I know they like mentioned there's some type of investigation. Ole Miss came out with something saying like we would never do this, da 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 da. But like the amount of like times that it's happened now in the last like 3 games in a row, Kentucky, South Carolina, LSU, it's actually wild. I think against South Carolina there was 11 injury timeouts for against Ole Miss, and they're all like they all situationally work out so well for them. Like it's just like
so. I,
just a little.
I may or may not have left the Ole Miss South Carolina game early because I was so depressed. And anyways, after leaving early, I came home and put the game back on my TV at home.
That's crazy that you willingly put that game back on.
It wasn't on for long. However, in the time that it was on, there was like 3 injuries on back-to-back plays. There was a replay of an injury where one of the offensive linemen who'd been injured, or defensive line, I can't remember. He'd been injured multiple times already this game. He looked at this. He was like walking back to the play, looked at the sideline, and then just fell like for no reason. And it got to even the point where the announcers were like, "I'm not." The direct quote: "I'm not one to talk about like someone faking injury, but like," and he just left it like that.
And
Yeah.
it's not even just like Ole Miss. I mean, obviously, I know y'all didn't watch North Carolina play, but they were playing Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech on one drive that North Carolina was like moving down the field got injured 6 times. And you look at the replay, and 4 of those times you can see they're just standing there, and then instantly like they pull the hamstring. Like it's not just one team; it's a loophole that is an issue.
I mean, it does give you an advantage. Like I understand, like you'd want that advantage, but at the same time, like that just like loses all integrity for the game.
They don't care.
And
There's
no,
no.
and
At the
I
end
mean,
of the
like,
day, you gotta win, and by some of these teams just win.
and I mean,
by
a coach like Lane Kiffin definitely doesn't care. I mean, like Lane Kiffin's a good coach, but that man does not care about anybody else. I mean, like he's left every team he's like been at just to go to the next best opportunity. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a big Lane Kiffin fan. As like a, I feel like he's. I don't know. I don't like the guy, but he also like shit onto USC during the game. And was like, yeah, we should be up by way more. But anyways, he that during the Kentucky game, there's literally a video of like the quarterback like telling the running back something, and then he just collapses on the field. I don't know.
Yeah,
They're gonna need some rules against it, but at the same time, like, how is a ref gonna distinguish? How is a ref gonna be able to distinguish? Yeah. The only thing I think of is like if it's like a post game punishment. You know, they review it afterwards, and like the team gets charged something in the future. But I don't know.
What you could do, and I don't know if this is. This might just like slow down the game already more than it already is. But like if you had like one camera guy focusing on like not watching the actual game, but like watching the players. And if you see someone injured and you like immediately like know, like you can tell when someone's faking it and when someone's like actually injured. And you just like buzz down to like the head ref. But even then it's not even like you can't definitively say like
not for sure. I think the other way you could do it is if someone gets injured twice in a game, they're done for the game. We went very different routes on that, but they're done for the game. We're just like it's at that point it's unsafe for them to come back in. It's just I don't know. It's just an idea. Maybe it's a bad idea, but something needs to be done because it is a big problem right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
And like to go back to the game now because I think like we got those some good points on all of it all. LSU, I will say ever since the South Carolina game, I feel like they have been looking pretty impressive. I think they're a team that could go out. Looking at the rest of their schedule as well, like I think they could have a shot at going to the SEC championship. Their only 2 ranked games left are A&M and Alabama. A&M's been on like a good hot streak recently, but Alabama, as we know,
Do they
they've
play
not.
at A&M?
It's at A&M and then home.
See, like clockwork, they get a home game.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is like no one's talking about this. I feel like we could be like breaking like conspiracy theory people, and it's like,
Oh my gosh.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well,
It is wild.
we got one more game. I'd say
All right,
we're at 30 minutes.
All right, bet. Let's talk about Kansas State, Colorado. I wanted Colorado to win.
I'm never picking a Colorado game again. I want screw that.
We gotta pick a Colorado game next week.
I don't think we're picking the Colorado game.
No, I will never get one right. It doesn't matter to me. Like they could be favored by 25. I'd pick Colorado and they'd still somehow lose. It makes no sense.
I told you last week not to pick the same with me. Man, I wish they won that game. I mean, so Kansas State, they were up like the whole game. Colorado came back, and then Kansas State got that long, I don't know how long touchdown was, but it was like with 2 minutes left, and won the game. I mean, but Colorado, I mean, they don't look terrible. I feel like at the beginning of the year, like we were talking about them as like a terrible team, like especially when they lost to Nebraska, like at one point in that game it was like 28-0, but I don't know, they've turned things around overall. I think they're like much more of like a overall team. Sean, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, but I think the one big takeaway is we're finally seeing Travis Hunter get injured, playing 95% of the snaps. And it's not feasible. He's not going to do it in the NFL, that's for sure. And he needs to stop doing it in Colorado if he wants to make it to the NFL.
Because I mean,
it showed like the moment he left, their defense looked like terrible. Their offense will be fine with that. They have so many weapons. If they ran the ball a little bit more, maybe it'd be a little better. But like defensively, they suck. Like they are terrible.
Yeah, it's literally Travis Hunter on defense, and that's about it.
Okay, I'm missing something here. Sorry, like I don't mean to. I pulled the box score. Shadur Sanders has minus 50 rushing yards.
What? Minus 50 rushing? I don't think.
And then the other 2 running backs had 11 yards and 10 yards, so they had negative 29 rushing yards.
That part makes sense.
They had negative 29 rushing yards on 19 attempts.
Are you sure?
I have the box score.
It says negative 50 rushing yards on 9 carries.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. Well, now let's look real quick. He got sacked 6 times, so it makes sense.
Well, are they counting the sacks as rushing?
Yeah,
sack counted.
Yeah.
It counts as rushing yards? I thought it was passing.
Yeah. It's both. No, I've seen it not count as rushing yards, and I've seen it count as rushing yards, so I never know.
No, it's just pure rushing.
I'll take your word for that.
Trust me.
But yeah, just
more. No, that's pretty wild though. All right, y'all want to talk about the rankings, and we're obviously like we're talking about them throughout, but
Penn State shams.
Penn State number three is wild.
Why,
they're not going to go down.
Ohio State not there? Why is Ohio I don't know.
Hey, I don't care about any of this except for number 23 and number 25. Let's go. Army and Navy are in. God bless America and God bless our troops.
Why is Michigan in?
Because they love them. They won't.
Vanderbilt should get out and Michigan. Give me Vandy.
Well, I'll break the news to the people at home. We're predicting Michigan at Illinois in like 2 minutes.
Okay, good. Yeah,
it's gonna be intense. Yeah, no, Army Navy, dude. Makes me happy seeing these teams both undefeated. So it's like the last time both of them were like this high or like this undefeated, this good of a record this early on since like the 1940s. I don't know how to put that.
Don't worry.
But there were just some. I mean, seeing Boise State in 15, I think they deserve it. They look good. They haven't really played many people besides Oregon, but Ashton GNT's carrying them. Iowa State and BYU.
That's crazy.
That's something, dude.
And
I would not
Indiana.
have predicted that. Yeah, I will say another thing too. Okay, Tennessee beat Florida by more than Alabama beat South Carolina, and I don't understand. I don't understand why Tennessee went down, but Alabama didn't go down.
If Tennessee didn't have Sampson at running back, they'd average 3 points.
Jeez.
You can't debate that.
So you're telling me picking Tennessee this week's a bad idea?
You can do whatever you want. It's your world. We just live in it. But I wouldn't.
And okay, one question. So do y'all think that Iowa State would beat Clemson today?
I don't even know what Iowa State is. Like I don't.
Wow, what did you do? You just beat West Virginia by 12 points. I'm sorry, that doesn't no. Yeah, Clemson just dropped 4.
And they literally just jumped Clemson. Like I don't really understand. I mean, like, look, I don't like Clemson, so I'm not gonna be mad about it. But that doesn't make much sense to me.
I don't think I'll ever, unless it's the only thing on, watch an Iowa State home.
Unless they make the champion. Actually, I might not even watch the championship. I'll have to put my laptop.
So okay. There we go.
So, okay. Predictions.
Predictions. Are we starting South Carolina, Oklahoma?
Well, let's just go and. Are you gonna pull up the scores? Just so we go in time order.
Let's do it. Are really also while he's pulling these up, I had a question from the audience. From today, if they played today, are we picking Michigan or Vandy? I'm picking Vandy.
I'm picking Vandy.
I'm picking Vandy.
Wait, who asked that?
Jacob asked. Jacob said Michigan is better than Vandy, and I think he's smoking crack.
I think
they don't have a quarterback.
I think you know.
Dang, Florida State 1-5. That is
actually be a good game if they were both 5-1.
Yeah. We're playing at 12:45. Did not realize that. All right.
The funny thing is,
Oklahoma.
The flex was either 12 or 1 o'clock, and somehow we didn't get either. 12:45 is just like, what are you doing in those 45 minutes?
Yeah, really though. South Carolina, Oklahoma. We talked about both these teams. Honestly, I don't even know what to think about us, South Carolina. We do so well. We could be 5-1 right now, I feel like, but we kind of just like somehow
it can be argued that we should be 5-1 right now. It could be argued.
Oh, there's definitely an enormous argument. Sellers doesn't get injured against LSU, and we either don't turn the ball over one time or we just kick a field goal and we win against Alabama.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really don't think it's that tough of an argument. And, like, obviously we're South Carolina fans, but, like, I would be saying that if I wasn't a South Carolina fan at the same time. But Oklahoma, I feel like I feel like they can't get anything right. I want to look at who they've played this year. I know they lost Tennessee. I mean, they've only beat teams that are not good.
It's not even like they're beating them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have a game like we had against Akron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
and they still they still don't even have. I mean, not saying that we necessarily have our quarterback situation. Actually, we know our starter, but they don't even know who their starter is.
We know our starter because there's no backup.
Hey, Robbie Ashford, man,
is a running back.
Would die if he played.
Is a running back.
Yes.
I mean, we use him like he's a running back. Like we literally do not pass the ball when he's in the game.
Exactly.
He's not good.
All right.
He went to Auburn and threw for 54%. That is literally 54%.
Also, Rocket Sanders, he's a beast too.
He's a monster.
Rocket, yeah.
Yeah, Rocket. Mazio Bennett. I like the three right there, except for the say on top. All right, so who are we picking this game?
Real quick, I think whoever loses this game, their season's over.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't. I think this is a game where, like, if you want to be bowl eligible, you have to win.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, I'm actually pretty excited for this game. I think South Carolina's defense is gonna, if it's still Michael Hawkins, if it's still him, he's going to be in shambles against this defensive line all game.
Yeah,
Like,
he could. It's I honestly, even if it's Jackson Arnold, like I don't think there's a guy on Oklahoma that I'm scared to play against. I'm
I
not
agree with
playing.
that.
yeah,
Not scared to watch.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That being said, I'm picking South Carolina.
I'm picking South Carolina.
I'm picking South Carolina.
I thought
Let's
that was
go.
pretty. I think anyone could kind of assume that. Are we picking Notre Dame, Georgia Tech?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, why are they playing at Mercedes-Benz? They're playing at the Falcons. That's crazy.
Sheesh. Okay.
I say we do Nebraska, Indiana.
Oh, you want to do Nebraska, Indiana? That'd be a good
looks
game.
good.
What's Nebraska's one loss?
It was a bad loss. No,
Yeah.
Illinois.
Was it Rutgers?
No, it was Illinois.
Oh, you're right.
That was the game where we got like murdered because we picked Nebraska.
Yep. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
it
it
was
wasn't
wild.
Rutgers. It wasn't. I thought it was. Was it Rutgers? No,
It was
wasn't.
Illinois. It was Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. Not, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got.
I have the
Rutgers.
TikTok comments telling us that we're trash.
This
Telling
is
us
going to be an
not very
interesting
nice
one
things.
because these are two teams I literally know nothing about besides Dylan Raiola. And this Rourke guy seems pretty good, though.
14-2. I'm like, that's not bad.
Not bad. I mean, he has 1,000 more passing yards than Sellers.
Well,
6-0. I don't know if they've really played anybody, but
So I heard a funny story from Jacob about
Yeah,
this
no, they
coach,
have not.
where this coach was asked what he's going to do different about the Indiana program when he gets here, because I think he's new this year. He's like, it's simple. It's pretty simple. Look at my history. I win. And I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And that's so. I mean, pretty much for not really many other reasons other than that. Other than the fact that I like Dylan Raiola, but I think he's still young. And what is it? Nebraska, that game against Illinois really scared me off of them. And so I think for that reason, and I really like the coach on Indiana, I'm going to pick Indiana this game.
That being said, I'm picking Nebraska. I do think Dylan Raiola is good. I know definitely significantly less about Indiana, and also I think every undefeated team has to lose at some point, and I think this is that game.
I think,
Indiana.
and I know you don't watch a lot of like non-SEC games, but I just want you to watch like a quarter of this game, right?
I know I'll watch it.
Like,
I mean, I watch all the games that we pick.
That's
At least part of them. I mean, I didn't watch all of that Kansas State game.
I honestly think, okay, to be fair, I don't watch a lot of either of these teams unless it's like a Thursday, Friday night, like prime time. But I think this might be like most underrated game of the week.
Oh, I agree.
I like Nebraska and I like them for the future. But Indiana, like I don't care if they haven't played the strongest opponents. Indiana's been garbage for like 10 plus years. If you're 6-0, you got to be doing something, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you can look at just like the stats right here. I mean, they got.
That's good.
I mean, they're running well, passing well. So I mean, I think this is a game where like there's not a bad pick.
No, I think I'm gonna go. This one's hard. I honestly don't know a lot about either of them, but I think I'm gonna go Indiana.
Ooh. All right. Once again, it's me against y'all. Hey, wait, Sean, update us with the records.
Oh yeah, we might need to actually start going against David. All right. I after a 5-1 week, if Colorado could win a football game, I would have went undefeated. But that's the point. I'm 23-19. David, you're 27-15. Matt, you're 22-20, and the fans are 25-17. So it's a pretty good spread. You know,
especially because it's not like we're picking easy games. You know, like it's not like we're picking games that are just gimmies.
That's what I like more about the college one versus NFL is because I feel like NFL. I will say
NFL's
I will
becoming
say,
like stagnant almost. Like who's like we're 5 weeks in, and I can tell you right now
well,
who's coming.
I was about to say that, but at the same exact time, our records are terrible in the
All right,
NFL
yeah,
ones.
well, that's what
So
we try to be different and pick an underdog, and it does not do a thing.
For the next game, I wanted to go up and talk about this Louisville Miami game.
all
So,
right.
are we predicting it? It's definitely like I only have like 4 marks, and one of them was South Carolina.
I wanted to predict this game, but we don't
I'm
have
not.
to.
I'm down to pick it. I'm down to.
I think it's either this one or LSU at Arkansas.
No, definitely
Well,
this
don't
one.
we? Yeah, I agree. Definitely this one. LSU's been on
Okay.
a roll. I
Yeah.
think we would all pick LSU.
Yeah.
I would pick, yeah.
Okay, so this game
though,
here, Miami has been looking not good.
Miami should have lost the last 2 games.
They should have lost the last 2 games. They've been really inconsistent. They are away at Louisville. Like, is this the time where they're playing not good finally gets to them?
I think out of because we looked at their schedule before because we bring this up every week. I think this might be their only like challenge.
I'm
left.
pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, they play Louisville, Florida State, Duke, Georgia Tech,
Duke low key,
Wake Forest, and
Okay,
then they end
Duke-
the year off at Syracuse.
Duke was down 20-0 to North Carolina and won 21-20, but like it wasn't like they were great. We're
That's
just terrible.
Yeah. I mean, for this game, I don't have too much. I think Miami's defense is really suspect, and I think they're probably going to give up like 8 to 10 yards a carry to Mr. Isaac. I think it's Isaac Brown, or it's I don't know Isaiah. I can't remember. Just Brown, whoever Brown it like.
The Brown guy. Yeah.
That is not what I said.
Matt, you can't say that. All right.
I think he's going to average like 18 yards a carry because his Louisville defense or Miami defense is trash. And for that reason, I'm going to pick Louisville to win this game, and Miami's going to fall.
Wow.
Okay.
I love Louisville. Not that
You
they're
love
great.
them?
I just love them. Yeah, I think they got transfer quarterback, transfer wide receiver that are pretty good. I mean, they're not the best, but I think they're good. I think they're going to give Miami a run for their money, but it's kind of hard to go against. You know, Greg Olson used to play at Miami.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'm glad you did because he's a Panther, but at the same time, it's crazy that you picked him out of all the other players that have like played at Miami.
Yeah, but like, have you guys not heard Greg Olson's song that he made in college?
His what?
He made a song. He was like a rapper.
Oh, no. What?
We can't play it live because it is like so vulgar. But
what? I gotta listen to this.
If you like look it up, it's kind of funny. But with that being said, I'm going Miami.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Miami the last 2 games have not been playing well. They've been a little suspect, as we know, but Cam Ward has not really been suspect. I mean, he's 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 2,200 passing yards. Coming off a bye as well. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think that Miami is gonna defeat Louisville. Yeah, Sean, you're right.
Yeah, it's all about the U, baby. I would never
All
date
about
a
the
girl
U.
that goes to Miami, but
Damn.
I can't afford the women that go to Miami. I can't.
Oh, so that's why. Okay.
Especially after I get laid off.
You're not wrong. All right. Next game on the block. UCLA Rutgers.
I might.
I might leave the pod.
There it is.
This is the second. The crazy thing is the fact that this is the second best game of the week. That's how you know it's gonna be a good week. Alabama, Tennessee. I mean, especially like with both these teams. Also, speaking of another 2 teams looking a little suspect after their last 2 games, here we are. Both teams lost 2 weeks ago to a team they should have beat. Almost lost to another team that they should have beat last week. It's at Neyland Stadium. All right, Sean, real quick, what?
Look at Sampson's stats. You're telling me right now he's not carrying that team on the back. 700 yards and 15 touchdowns.
Wait,
That is
15 touchdowns?
yes. That is
15 touchdowns is
insane.
wild.
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's gonna be
insane.
it's gonna be a good game. It
It's
should
going to be a
good
dog
game.
fight.
The dogs will be out. Yeah.
Dogs will be out.
Who are we picking? What's our analysis?
I think Bama is like gonna actually bounce back this week. I just can't see, even though it's not out of the Nick Saban era, I like can't see a Bama team being bad 3 weeks in a row. And I think they're gonna come out here. They're gonna find some way to shut down this Dylan. Well, as much as you can shut down Mr. Sampson, as much as you can shut him down, I think they're going to. And because they're just gonna focus on that, and from there. As Sean's been saying all season, we don't trust Nico Iamaleava, however the heck you say his last name. We do not trust that man to throw the ball. So give me Bama.
Okay. Sean?
I
Thoughts?
think for Bama to win, you put 7, 8 in the box, and you have Nico beat them. Like you force Nico to throw the ball, and it's shown against opponents that aren't ranked 320th on defense that he can't throw the football. He is a fraud, a bust, a buster.
Okay. Okay. You're saying that Lenore Sellers is just developing through his first year, but you're saying that Nico is just a complete fraud is wild.
I think you look at Nico. I've said this 90 times. Nico looks like a skinny light pole. Like I look outside and I can see him because he's so skinny, right? You look at Sellers,
that makes
you
no
look at Sellers,
sense.
and that's a beefy dude, right? That's a beefy dude. He can lay some hits, you know. I don't think they're the same. I don't think they're the same person.
Man said I see him because he's so skinny. I don't understand that
That doesn't
logic.
make
but
sense. Anyway, Alabama's winning this game. Tennessee loses. I rejoice. Everyone's happy.
all right.
Pick Tennessee.
I'm also picking.
Pick Tennessee.
I'm also picking Alabama. I think both teams are going to bounce back. I do think they've had 2 bad games, but like you said, I think Jalen Milroe's experience is going to shine over Nico's. And I feel like as well. I mean, they're getting carried on the back of Sampson, and when they were playing, garbage teams before SEC play, so. I think Alabama now they see what Tennessee needs to do to win. They know how to stop it, and I mean Milroe and there's no way Ryan Williams is going to be knocked down 2 games in a row. I don't know how good that Tennessee defense is, but honestly, I think South Carolina is probably better from what I've heard. So, give me Alabama. In the words of Pat McAfee. All right. Is it? And then next game. Another good. Honestly, this week has a lot of good games. Michigan, Illinois. 4-2 Michigan
as a
should be
backyard barn burner, as they say.
should be an unranked game. Should be an unranked team. Michigan's not good. They're not good. You win the championship last year, and they got to keep them in no matter what. But I cannot think. What they had that. Who they upset went over? Was that USC?
USC, yeah.
But we're seeing how USC is fraudulent.
What do you
I don't
mean?
think
They
have a
almost
good
beat
win.
They almost beat Penn State last week.
But we were just saying how Penn State's fraudulent.
Well, yeah.
I think
just
we
because you
don't
beat someone
believe
who's a fraud is tiered. Someone's can be a top 3 fraud, but still be 10th.
I guess a fraud's a criminal, and none of these teams are criminal.
I don't know.
I don't know. Georgia still exists. Come on now.
That's a good point.
Did you see Kirby Smart push Mississippi State's quarterback on the sideline?
I did.
No,
And then his response to why he did it was, I thought that was my defensive coordinator. And everyone's like, so you're just gonna it's just like everyone's like, you're just gonna shove your defensive coordinator.
Oh, that's funny.
Remotely the same. One dude's wearing a freaking
jersey.
And yeah, okay. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're all going to pick this game the same. I'm not going to lie. Like we all think Michigan is not good, and Warren is awful. 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Why is he still starting?
Put in booty. No, wait, orgy.
Orgy.
I was thinking general booty, but that's a different team.
But yeah,
mistaken orgy for booty is like a crazy.
The other thing is, it's not like Michigan's run game is even all that great. On 91 carries, Mullings, he has like not even 600 yards, so he's at what, like 5 yards a carry? Like if you're going to be this run heavy of a team, you'd expect you to be averaging anywhere from like 7 to 9 yards per carry.
I mean, they also have Donovan Edwards, but yeah, you have a point.
He'll be at the same.
Donovan Edwards is worse than Mullings this year.
He's overrated. I think I said that last week.
He is. Well, I mean, I don't know why he was on that. He was the only reason he was on the cover of College Football 25 is because they won the championship, and they needed to pick one person.
And because every other player literally, they had 70 people in the combine, they had to pick somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think that Michigan does have. I do still think Michigan does have a good defense, though. I don't think you'd say I mean, they had 2 like top 15 picks in the draft, and Will Johnson and that defensive lineman. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, but they let up 27 to Washington, 24 to Minnesota.
You can't say Illinois has let up 49 to Purdue.
That's so true.
Yeah, the fact that's why this game, like, I really going either way.
It could be Michigan. I don't want to pick them, but like 49 to Purdue is like.
Yeah, but Purdue somehow plays a better passing game than Michigan does.
That's not hard.
But Purdue's 1-5.
Oh.
Their only one is against Indiana State week 1.
They had Larry Bird.
Oh, thanks for that little. Thanks. Yeah, that was a good little.
Okay.
On the bright side, Purdue. Drew Brees went there.
Yeah, exactly. So Drew Brees and Larry Bird played football week 1.
If they come back, for this game. Wait, we're talking about Purdue. We're not even talking about the teams that are playing.
Okay.
All right.
Who do you guys got?
Give me. Honestly, I think I'm going to take Illinois. They lost to Purdue. I mean, they barely beat Purdue in overtime. They let up 50 points. But the week before, they beat Penn State 21-7.
Oh, they lost to Penn State, buddy.
Oh, my bad. That's crazy. Come back to me. Sean, what do you think?
I think this one actually might be harder than the Indiana game. I don't believe in either of these two teams.
I know. I don't want to pick
dude, the Big Ten is so hard. So so hard.
I'm going to pick Illinois. I think their quarterback plays much better. I don't really know what to say about Michigan besides both their quarterbacks are bad. Run game's bad. I think Illinois has a better offense, and I think they've played better teams. I feel like Nebraska's better than both these teams, and they won that game. So give me Illinois to knock Michigan out the rankings. Actually, no, somehow Michigan's going to stay number 25.
I don't want to do this because I think they're a terrible team, but I'm looking at Illinois' resume.
It's not great.
The only team they've played was Penn State, and their offense did nothing.
Well, who did Michigan play?
Michigan has a USC win, and
but USC's been losing.
Okay, but USC just put up 30 on Penn State. Like they should have beat Penn State, and Penn State beat Illinois handily. Which obviously that's like not a real reason to pick someone. But for some reason, my gut is telling me to pick Michigan here, even though I don't want to do it. It feels, I don't know. I'm picking against David this week, I guess. But give me.
I don't know if I would trust your gut with the worst record in the league.
I know, right?
That was hard. I think this one's hard to pick. I'm gonna go Illinois. But I would not be surprised if they lose.
Wow, this could be a huge week for my brand right here.
This week.
Or you
This
could
week is probably the
you could just be like exit the rankings.
I know this could be a big week for my brand, or it could be like the worst thing ever. And then where's the big game? Let's find it.
Yeah,
It's actually
Colorado and
a good game.
Arizona.
Shut
That's a good game.
Matt said he wants to pick that game so bad.
No, I have. If I'll pick whatever you guys pick on that one, I'll pick it, and we'll get the Colorado game wrong, all of us together.
But that's the thing is that we have all the. Oh yeah, this week like I feel like we have a lot of differences. Is there a single game that we all pick the same besides South Carolina? I don't think so.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Okay, and this might be the same as well.
So I mean, we can all say up
Georgia,
front who we're
Texas.
picking. We can all say up front who we're picking. We're all picking Texas, right? But we can discuss a little bit.
I'm picking Texas.
Not so fast.
Well, oh, okay.
Why you say it like that?
I just want to be Lee Corson. You know?
You're really gonna pick Carson Beck. Your most hated
quarterback. Yeah, Carson Beck in the house. Yeah.
Let's not finish this.
Yeah. Man.
You're really gonna pick Carson Beck here?
I want you to pick him. Pick him,
please.
You know what? Because I love variety on this show, I'm picking Georgia.
Let's go.
Was that the only reason? Do you think Texas is going to win, but you're picking Georgia?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what you did for the Oregon game?
Yeah,
true. That is exactly, and it worked. Oh,
okay,
no.
but I legit hate Ohio State. I don't hate.
Wait,
Texas.
Okay, Sean, can you name a team that you don't hate besides South Carolina or North Carolina?
I
feel like you say you hate teams like every episode.
I would if Arizona was good this year, I'd say I like them, but I hate them right now. Can we get back to me?
Yeah. All right. Well,
I just
Texas. I think we've talked about these teams a lot already. Texas I feel like they haven't really played a bad game yet. They've usually taken control when Arch Manning was in, when Quinn Ewers was. Now I think you can say this with like most every team that they play against, but I think Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers are both better than Carson Beck.
Yeah, I'd say Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers are probably better than 90% of the quarterbacks in college football.
Yeah. That's. I guess that wasn't a great comparison, but
no. But I think it's a really good point to raise, though. Like just the fact that Texas is so stacked and Texas is set for the future, and along with that, just Carson Beck, all his stats don't look bad, but they do not tell the full story.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't tell the story of how bad Georgia has looked like in the first half this year, at least especially in that Bama game, where it's like they looked not good in the first half, so he had to throw the ball 60 times. Right? It's like his stats don't tell that story.
And no, I agree with that. And also one thing too with Carson Beck and Georgia is that I feel like the last few like big games we've seen Carson Beck play, the Clemson game, week 1, Alabama game 2 weeks ago, he is not like shown up in the first half. So like if people really say that he's going to be a top 10 pick in the draft, going to be an NFL quarterback, like he needs to show up for this game and play the whole game. Also, he's going to need to do that for Georgia to have a chance to win, because his like bad play has been what set Georgia back against that Alabama game. Because I mean, this Texas offense is probably going to be, it's up there with them and Alabama. I mean, those are two of the best offenses in college football. So he's gonna have to play well the whole game in order for them to win. I mean, we already know I'm picking Texas. Sean, do you have any comments on this game?
Two comments. One, I'm picking Texas. I can't.
Wait. No.
I can't pick. I cannot pick Georgia.
Just for that, I hope Georgia wins. Actually, no, I don't.
Honestly, I don't care who wins this. So impact on my day. And two, the answer to the question, I do like Oregon.
You like Oregon? Okay.
I like Oregon.
Wait, what does that do with anything?
It was your response to your question earlier.
Oh, I was like, that was so random. All right, cool. All right, well, I think that was another good episode of Standing on Sports. we'll see y'all next week. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Keep standing on sports.